Hey everyone, welcome to the Story Motel, a place where every door hides a different story. From dark confessions and emotional drama to suspense, fiction, mysteries, and plot twists you won't see coming, you'll find all of it here. So if you love stories that pull you in and refuse to let go, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and stick around, because there's always another story waiting behind the next door. And hey, if you've got ideas for future stories, crazy confessions, or plot twists you want to hear next, leave them down in the comments. I read everything. Now, let's begin.
Thunder shook the windows of St. Dymphna's Psychiatric Hospital hard enough to rattle the blinds. Rainwater crawled down the glass in silver veins while fluorescent lights hummed overhead like trapped insects. The office smelled faintly of antiseptic and wet paper. Somewhere farther down the hallway, a patient screamed once, then went quiet. Ava sat motionless in the chair across from Dr. Marrow. Her hands rested in her lap. Still. Too still. A girl trying not to float away. Beside her sat Lily. Their resemblance was uncanny in the kind of way that unsettled people if they stared too long. Same dark hair. Same pale skin. Same sharp cheekbones. Same gray-blue eyes. But where Ava looked unfinished, like a sketch smudged by rainwater, Lily looked painfully clear. Composed. Steady. Alive. Lily held Ava's hand tightly between both of hers. Whenever thunder cracked outside, Ava flinched. Whenever Ava flinched, Lily squeezed her fingers. Dar. Marrow adjusted his glasses and studied the file spread open across his desk. The dissociative episodes are becoming more frequent, he said carefully. Ava stared at the floor. Lily's thumb brushed softly across her knuckles. 8 hours gone. Tuesday erased. Ava could barely remember breakfast that morning, let alone an entire missing day. And the nightmares? Dr. Marrow asked. Ava opened her mouth. Nothing came out. The dreams felt wrong even trying to explain them. They weren't nightmares in the normal sense. Nightmares faded after waking. These lingered. Like bruises under the skin. Every night, she whispered. Dr. Marrow nodded once and made another note. Outside, lightning flashed across the sky. For one brief instant the room turned white. Ava smelled blood. Metallic. Hot. Fresh. Then it vanished. She blinked hard. You've experienced severe dissociative blackouts before, Dr. Marrow continued. You understand why that concerns us. Lily leaned closer. It's okay, she murmured softly. That voice. Always gentle. Always grounding her. Ava focused on it the way drowning people focused on air. Dr. Marrow noticed. His eyes lingered on Ava for several quiet seconds. You rely heavily on externalization during stressful episodes, he said carefully. Ava frowned. I don't know what that means. It means the mind sometimes creates structures to survive overwhelming trauma. Her headache worsened instantly. The fluorescent lights buzzed louder. Lily's fingers tightened around hers. You don't have to think too hard, Lily whispered. Ava breathed slowly. The panic receded a little. Dr. Marrow closed the file. For now, I'm recommending continued outpatient observation. Ava looked up immediately. So I can go home? The doctor hesitated. Thunder rolled through the hospital windows. Finally he nodded. For now. Relief loosened something inside her chest. Lily smiled faintly. The expression looked tired. Not relieved. Just tired. As if she already knew something terrible was waiting outside the hospital walls. Rain swallowed the city. The parking lot shimmered beneath yellow lights and overflowing gutters. Ava walked close beside Lily under the umbrella while thunder growled overhead. Everything looked unreal at night after leaving the hospital. Too sharp. Too loud. Like the world had been poorly stitched together. Do you think I'm crazy? Ava asked quietly. For a moment only Rain answered. Lily looked at her. No, then what's wrong with me? Lily stared ahead toward the car. Her reflection stretched across puddles like spilled ink. Your mind protects you from things you can't survive remembering. Ava swallowed. What things? Lily opened the passenger door. Get in the car, Ava. The way she said it made Ava stop asking. The murders began 3 days later. The first victim was found beneath an overpass near the river. A homeless man. Throat slit. Body arranged carefully against a concrete pillar. Arms folded. A flower placed delicately inside his mouth. The news called it disturbing. Social media called it art. Ava watched the coverage from the couch while Lily cooked dinner. The apartment smelled like garlic and onions. Warm. Safe. Normal. But the body bothered her. Not because it was horrifying. Because it felt familiar. Like she'd seen it before. "You're zoning out again," Lily said softly from the kitchen. Ava blinked. The television light flickered across the apartment walls. "Sorry." Lily carried over a bowl of pasta and set it in front of her. "You shouldn't watch things like this before bed. It's horrible." "Then stop looking at it." Ava tried. She really did. But her eyes kept drifting back toward the screen. Toward the flower in the dead man's mouth. Toward the careful positioning of his hands. Toward the strange sense of recognition twisting inside her stomach. That night Ava dreamed of camera flashes. White bursts. A man crying. Wet footsteps. A knife scraping across concrete. Then blood. So much blood. She woke gasping at 3:14 a.m. Her socks were soaked. Mud covered the bottoms of her feet. Ava stared down in confusion. The apartment door remained locked. The windows were closed. Rain tapped softly against the glass. She crossed the hallway toward Lily's room. Empty. The sheets untouched. Her pulse quickened. Ava hurried to the living room window. Outside, rain drifted across the silent street. No sign of Lily. Then headlights turned the corner. Lily's car. Ava stepped away from the window instinctively. Seconds later the apartment door opened. Lily entered carrying grocery bags. Milk. Bread. Eggs. Completely ordinary things. "You're awake," Lily said. Ava stared at her. "You left?" Lily paused briefly. "You were asleep. At 3 in the morning?" A faint smile. "We needed milk." Ava looked down. Mud clung thickly to her feet. Lily followed her gaze. For the first time, something unreadable passed through her expression. "Why are your socks wet?" she asked quietly. "I don't know." Silence stretched between them. Rain hissed softly outside. Finally Lily stepped aside. "You should get some sleep." Ava wanted to ask more. Instead she nodded. Because arguing with Lily always felt strangely impossible. Like trying to argue with gravity. The second body appeared 4 days later. A university student. Found inside an abandoned theater. Posed center stage beneath a spotlight. Hands folded across her chest. A smile carved into her face. The city exploded. News vans lined entire streets. Internet theories multiplied overnight. Serial killer. Cult. Performance art. Ava tried avoiding the coverage. She failed. Each report pulled at her like a magnet. Sometimes she lost time while watching. 10 minutes. 30. Once nearly 2 hours vanished completely. She blinked and found herself standing barefoot in the apartment kitchen holding a knife. Lily carefully took it from her hands. "You disappeared again," Lily said gently. Ava's breathing became uneven. "What's happening to me?" Lily touched her face softly. "You're overwhelmed. That's not normal." "I know." "Then why aren't you scared?" Lily's expression flickered. Because she looked scared. Terrified, actually. Just not of the same thing. The blackouts worsened. Ava began waking in unfamiliar places. A park bench at dawn. A laundromat 3 neighborhoods away. An empty parking garage smelling faintly of bleach. Every single time, Lily found her. Always calm. Always patient. "You wandered again," she'd say quietly. Then guide her home. One evening Ava noticed deep scratches running down both forearms. Angry red lines. Some still bleeding. "What happened?" she whispered. Lily cleaned the wounds gently beneath warm bathroom light. "You were having nightmares. This doesn't look accidental." Lily wrapped gauze carefully around Ava's wrist. "You need to trust me." Ava looked at her reflection in the mirror. For one terrible second she thought she saw someone else standing behind them. A tall man. Out of focus. Holding a camera. She spun around. Nothing. Only Lily. Only the bathroom. Only the sound of rain outside. "You're shaking," Lily whispered. Ava nodded weakly. "That man again." Lily went still. "What man?" "The one from my dreams." Silence. Then, "You're safe here." But the way Lily said it sounded less like reassurance and more like a plea. 2 weeks after leaving St. Dymphna, Ava found the camera. Lily had gone upstairs to speak with a neighbor. Ava remained in the car below with a migraine splitting her skull apart. She searched the glove compartment for painkillers. Nothing. Then she noticed something beneath the passenger seat. A disposable camera. Black. Cheap. Mud-stained one corner. The second Ava touched it, nausea twisted through her body. Recognition. Like grabbing hold of a forgotten nightmare. The camera still contained undeveloped film. Ava turned it over slowly in her hands. When Lily returned, she froze in the open car door. Only for a heartbeat. Then her face smoothed over. "You shouldn't look at that," she said quietly. Ava frowned. "Why?" Lily stared at the camera. Rain tapped softly against the windshield. "You just shouldn't." "That's not an answer." Lily looked away. For the first time since Ava had known her, she seemed uncertain. Almost frightened. Ava slid the camera into her coat pocket. Lily didn't try to stop her. That frightened Ava more than if she had. The photo shop downtown smelled like dust and overheated machinery. An old man behind the counter barely glanced at her. "1 hour," he muttered. Ava waited beneath flickering fluorescent lights while rain crawled down the windows outside. Every minute felt heavier. The migraine behind her eyes worsened. Sometimes she thought she heard whispers. Sometimes she thought she smelled rust. Blood. Finally the clerk handed her a thick envelope. "You okay, kid?" he asked. "You look pale." Ava opened the envelope immediately. The first photograph showed an abandoned warehouse. Dark. Rotting. The second showed a hallway splattered with something dark. The third showed a terrified man staring directly into the camera. Hands bound behind his back. The fourth photograph made Ava stop breathing. A corpse. Face mutilated. Blood soaking the floor beneath it. Her hands began shaking violently. She flipped through the remaining photographs faster. A crying woman. Bruised hands. A knife. Another body posed exactly like the murders on television. Most images were blurry. Chaotic. Taken while moving. But several were horribly intimate. Not the perspective of a witness. The perspective of someone involved. Then Ava noticed the dates. Several photographs had been taken before the murders became public. Cold panic flooded her body. Lily. The camera belonged to Lily. Didn't it? Ava stared at one final photograph. A reflection caught faintly in broken glass. A figure holding the camera. Blurry. Distorted. But familiar. Gray-blue eyes. Dark hair. Her eyes. Her face. "No," Ava whispered. The room tilted violently. Fragments exploded loose inside her mind. Flash. A man screaming. Flash. Wet concrete. Flash. Someone whispering. Beautiful. Ava stumbled backward into a shelf of old magazines. The clerk looked up sharply. "Miss?" But Ava was already running. Rain hammered the streets outside. Neon lights bled across puddles in streaks of red and white while thunder split the sky open overhead. She ran all the way home. By the time she reached the apartment building, her lungs burned. Apartment 4B glowed warmly behind the curtains. Piano music drifted faintly through the walls. Normal. Safe. A lie. Ava shoved the door open. Lily stood in the kitchen beside the sink. For half a second red water spiraled down the drain beneath her hands before washing clear. Lily looked up slowly. Then saw the photographs clutched against Ava's chest. Silence swallowed the apartment. "You developed them," Lily said softly. Ava's voice shook. "What are those pictures?" Lily dried her hands carefully with a towel. No panic. No surprise. Only exhaustion. Like someone watching a storm finally arrive after years of waiting. "Ava, who are those people?" Thunder rattled the windows. Lily stepped closer. "You're scared." "Should I be?" A long pause. "Yes." The single word hollowed the room. Ava backed away. "You killed them?" Lily closed her eyes briefly. No, relief hit Ava for less than a second. "Then who did?" Lily looked directly at her. "You did." Everything stopped. The rain. The music. The air itself. Ava laughed once. A broken sound. "That's not funny." "I know. You think I murdered people?" "I know you did." No, you don't remember afterward. Stop. You never remember afterward. Stop. The migraine exploded behind Ava's eyes. Memories tore loose violently. Flash photography. Blood splattering across concrete. A man begging for his life. Her own breathing shaking with excitement. Beautiful. The whisper again. Beautiful. Ava collapsed to her knees. Lily rushed toward her instinctively. Don't touch me. Lily froze. For the first time Ava saw genuine fear in her face. Not fear of the police. Not fear of discovery. Fear of Ava remembering. You said did, Ava whispered through tears. You said blackouts. That's what Dr. Marrow believed. Ava looked up slowly. Believed? Lily's expression crumbled softly. Ava. I'm not your sister. The room became distant. Unreal. What? You never had a twin. Ava shook her head immediately. No, you were alone in that house. Stop talking. You were 9 years old. No, your father hurt you. The words sliced straight through her. Suddenly the memories came faster. A basement. Locked doors. A camera flash. A man's voice whispering, smile for me. Ava screamed. Lily knelt carefully across from her. You created me to survive him, she whispered. You created me so someone kind would exist beside you. Lightning flashed through the apartment. And for one horrifying second Lily flickered. Not physically. Perceptually. Like Ava's mind couldn't hold her together anymore. Ava suddenly remembered all the things she never questioned. Restaurant servers speaking only to her. Neighbors greeting only Ava. No childhood photos containing both sisters. No documents. No evidence. Only memories. Oh God, Lily's eyes filled with tears. I tried to protect you. Another memory ripped loose. The murders. Not random. Every victim connected to trafficking, abuse, violence against women. Ava remembered researching them obsessively. Remembered photographing them afterward because something deep inside her needed proof. Needed witnesses. Needed beauty carved from horror. 3 sharp knocks shattered the apartment's silence. Police. Ava's blood turned cold. Lily looked toward the door. Then back at Ava. And smiled sadly. The same thing I've always done, she whispered. The lights flickered. Darkness swallowed the apartment for half a heartbeat. Then the lights returned. Lily was gone. Not hidden. Not escaped. Gone. Only Ava remained kneeling on the floor. Alone. The knocking became louder. Ava Hart. Opened the door. Ava stared at the empty space where Lily had been. Then slowly looked down. A disposable camera rested in her trembling hands. Still warm.